Allez, on s'y colle. J'espère que votre journée s'est bien passée. C'est bon. Allez, zou. Une fois, ça ne suffisait pas, hein, les gens. Pas vrai? Allez. Donc on était à Whitechapel. La chapelle blanche. À la One Again a Beast to Fly. Je parle bien anglais. C'est verse. N'hésitez pas à venir vous abonner. Me suivre, c'est sympa. J'ai une personne qui me suit, c'est cool. Encore merci à toi. Voilà, ça coûte rien, c'est gratuit. C'est pas cher et ça fait plaisir. Ok. Regardez mes... Non, là je veux rien mettre, j'ai dit. On va récupérer un peu les slings. Les slings. Y'a rien d'autre à prendre, non. Est-ce que je peux améliorer mes armes? J'ai pas vu hier. J'ai pas grand chose comme arme, c'est que... Panier. Non. Ouais, je peux pas l'améliorer. Le niveau 2, c'est le niveau 2. Ouais. Pas d'armes, il faut vraiment que j'achète des armes. Faut que j'en trouve parce que bon, c'est compliqué là. Allez, on va sortir. On va voir ce qu'on peut faire. Non mais à peine. Oui. Donc, va-t-il y avoir du combat ou d'énormes discussions à nouveau? Que c'est un jeu, ça parle beaucoup en fait, Vampyr. Pas beaucoup, faut chercher les indices. Donc c'est pas mal un jeu de recherche, on va dire. Si vous voulez un jeu que de baston, jouez à Resident Evil. Voilà. Donc. On va aller où? Je fasse quoi là déjà? Ah ouais. Trouver Richard. Et trouver Richard. Trouver la boîte aux lettres.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
De Benjamin, je l'ai pas vu hier celle-là. Ok. déverrouillé. Hein? 5 shillings. Hier c'est pareil, elle était pas déverrouillée celle-là. Rien là, non. Ils ne remettent rien. Donc elle est où? Ah. Ouais. Ah ouais, beaucoup plus de dégâts. Ouais, j'ai amélioré mes griffes. Parce que bon, j'avais un petit problème avec mes attaques. Oh. Je voulais ramasser l'objet sur lui.
I cannot enter.
C'était qui? On va passer par là. J'aille là-bas, il faudra que j'aille sur la droite en fait. Est-ce que je peux passer par ici? C'était là où j'étais tout à l'heure.
Good evening, my dear colleague.
Une arme. Faisant à faire.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
Ah non, mais c'est les médicaments qu'elles vendent. Laisse tomber. Bon, faut que tes médocs. Pas besoin.
Your money. Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind. Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
What you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever. Madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
En bonne santé, ok.
How is business around here?
Business? I had no business day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing
Voir
merchants.
s'il a à me vendre,
But
lui.
with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
Choper personne. Ok, barrette les vis. Faut débloquer
Right.
les indices dans le
Show
jeu.
me what you have.
Tout le fait de parler énormément. Un morceau de poignée. Non. Il n'y a pas grand chose à me proposer.
You again? What do you want this time?
Indice, indice, il y a que des indices. Ah,
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
ok,
Most people don't become thugs when unemployed. This is a choice you made.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Peterson. Ok. Non plus, bon ben allez,
Goodbye,
au revoir,
Mr. Peterson.
ciao.
You look so pale, my
Ah.
lord. Would you like me to revive you?
Je l'avais fait hier.
Don't be shy, handsome.
Après,
What
hier.
can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for
Voilà
what you're
l'avantage de
selling,
revenir.
but I'd like to ask you a few
Oui,
questions,
pas-
if I may.
allez.
I'm a doctor, Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick, though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the
Cherche
Pembroke
déjà, de toute
Hospital?
façon.
Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crăciunescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
Putain, une
You
robe.
seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work.
Ouais, c'est
I am,
une
however,
prostituée, ou
curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England.
quoi?
This country is not especially
Regardez les
welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
I always thought
But
I
you
was
didn't
the
send
master
some
of
results,
my
huh?
own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly. But it is not your concern, Doctor.
Indice, indice. On va faire un rang. Trop violent, mais tiens.
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London. Do you believe him?
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time, until he finally leaves Whitechapel to start another fight somewhere else.
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West End.
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about starvation if you've never been hungry? Or about poverty? Or anything else you have never suffered from?
Elle a pas tort.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed, or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
Ouais, c'est clair.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Franchement. Fatigue. Traitement pour la fatigue.
Goodbye, miss.
Allez.
Take care of yourself as best you can.
Restez chez vous, pneumonie. Ok. Ok, des fleurs. La quarantaine.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly. Camellia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever.
Ouais, elle parle pas, hein. Elle est en bonne santé.
I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it? Very well. Goodbye then.
mais grave. Et toi, t'es un fou, toi. Non mais franchement le mec, pas de figure.
This man stunned me with his faith. His crucifix. This is not good news.
Clair quoi. Vous allez où? C'est dans mon dos. Ah, retrouver la boîte aux lettres. Et là, c'est pareil en fait. Je t'ai parlé. Lettre de Darius. Petrescu. Je vous laisse lire. Hein. C'est pas une aide, donc c'est beaucoup de mal à lire hein, déjà. Après, vous pouvez faire pause hein, de toute façon dans les rediffs.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter.
Il faut vraiment que je trouve la boîte aux lettres. Il n'y a rien là. T'as raison, tu l'as dit, Buffy. Retournez voir le prêtre. Oh non, il y a Ethan. Qu'est-ce que tu fais là?
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
I still have questions about that Darius fellow.
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
Christina, do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant and divided nation.
Do you think things will ever change, Mr. Darby?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant and divided nation.
Do you think things will ever change, Mr. Darby?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Ok, t'avais un dit débloqué sur lui. Parce que sur lui, il y en a
Good
des
evening,
débloqués.
Mr. Whittaker.
It's Father Whittaker, my son. So, are you still lost in your rational delusions?
Non. Ah, c'est...
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of
Pour les
causes
textes,
and
quand on les
consequences.
a lus, ils
And
apparaissent
most of them
grisés,
can't
non.
see the plain truth.
Sauf
Quite
des
a
bugs.
judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
I have heard enough. Goodbye.
Donc, ok. Quête principale, il n'y en a plus qu'une ici. Non, il est dans mon dos. Est-ce qu'on peut passer là? Oui. Oh. Oh. Et je fais mon attaque spéciale pour l'autre. Allez, hop. Zou. Ah, un peu de baston, ça fait du bien. Je ne peux pas rentrer. Ah, le voilà. Au cimetière. Et toi?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your
Salut
talent?
à toi qui viens de te
Darius is an
connecter.
old political activist
que
who
t'as
takes
passé une bonne
delight in
journée.
printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities
avance
only
la suite,
require
Vampyr.
mediocre writing skills.
Là j'enquête sur Darius.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of it.
Question personnelle. Ah,
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, Why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
Pensez à me suivre, à vous abonner, à aller voir ma chaîne YouTube aussi. Vous êtes les bienvenus, ça coûte rien, c'est gratuit. Voilà, et ça fait plaisir.
In what way exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles and the added hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox, the stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Donc,
do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much. And that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
Il m'a pas répondu tout à l'heure.
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
Alexa, mets la lumière à 50%. C'est là-bas. On va éteindre alors. Et ma fille. Donc ça c'est mon bébé. Le TGM.
Did you know the mute florist is a member of a secret society?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir. For it only enriches the mystery surrounding the precious Camellia.
I fear you are a hopeless romantic, Mr. Nethercott.
Guilty as charged, Dr. Reed.
Are you not curious?
Dans les discours, tous les textes qui sont blanc clair et non grisé sont ceux que vous n'avez pas lus.
It's certain to be for the benefit of most, if not all.
Did you know the mute florist is a member of a secret society?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir. For it only enriches the mystery surrounding the precious Camellia.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
If some misfortune came upon you, Who would be here to help you?
Well, you for a start, my dear doctor.
I understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
Juste pour le charmer par la suite.
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
Peaceful? That's quite an unusual way to speak about the epidemic. And very inappropriate, I must say.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
I'll leave you alone, sir. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
More meditate and breathe its own beauty and grace. Whitechapel is not just the
Comment je vais y rentrer dans sa baraque? Quarantaine, ok. Un truc, non? D'accord. On peut pas passer. Récupérer des clopes.
You are blinded by your false faith, imprisoned by your daily routine, unable to see the true horror around you.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? That's all for now. Goodbye.
Rien à rajouter. Allez.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again. Go away.
Chambre de requis.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
Voilà, il m'a fait rentrer, c'est bien. Et moi, je le dépouille. Sérieux. Hop, on fouille. On récupère tout ce qu'il y a à prendre. J'ai rien de... dégâts. Surtout la vitesse d'attaque. Ah, elle peut avoir 3 niveaux. Ok. Et elle déjà. Quel niveau 2? Mais bon. Le bâton, ça va être trop lourd. Trop lourd.
It's locked.
Verrouillé. Ah, oh. Grande boîte de pilules. Allez.
If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must go across the courtyard and take the stairs.
We've not been formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also run this little print shop.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Who is she, really? Do you know where she's from?
She's not from around here, that's all we know. Camellia is not even her name. It's her favorite flower.
You say she has no close family?
Well, there's that awful poet who constantly follows her around like a lost puppy. A good man for sure, but a very poor writer.
Are you not worried for her safety?
She is as brave as she is tough, and clever too. If only I had met her when I was younger.
Are you in love with Camellia, Mr. Petrescu?
Don't be stupid. If I had met her when I was younger, we could have won our revolution.
So Dorothy's real name is not Crane?
Like myself and many people in this area. Dorothea is from occupied Romania. That's all you need to know.
She seems important to the community.
More than you can imagine. The West End does not want to hear of Whitechapel's misery. Dorothea is one of the few doing something about it.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Nurse Crane, Darius. Why does she trust you?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country and about the country we left.
You mean occupied Romania, don't you? Even if not directly, I fought against your enemies.
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea than meets the eye, Dr. Reed.
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darius? Why does she trust you?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country and about the country we left.
You mean occupied Romania, don't you? Even if not directly, I fought against your enemies.
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea than meets the eye, Dr. Reed.
I know you fought for your country when it was occupied, Darius. Tell me more about it.
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again. But I fought for Romania all my life, and I will until my last breath.
But Romania escaped the grasp of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It's a free country again.
It is not the country I fought for. My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. And I still see a dark future ahead for my people.
I know you fought for your country when it was occupied, Darius. Tell me more about it.
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again. But I fought for Romania all my life, and I will until my last breath.
But Romania escaped the grasp of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It's a free country again.
It is not the country I fought for. My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. And I still see a dark future ahead for my people.
Do you have any family left, Mr. Petrescu? Children or grandchildren?
Who knows? I have abandoned my people for so long, they might as well be dead. As dead as I am for them, I suppose.
This war won't last forever. Did you ever think of returning to your country now it's free?
No. I have taught strength and determination to my sons and daughters. I'm an old, dying man who only has memories of better times to cherish.
Don't be embarrassed, sir. If you must know, my own father disappeared many years ago, and I forgave him.
It's quite awkward to talk about our families like this, but thank you, Dr. Reed. I appreciate your trust.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Faut-il aller? Ah, mais c'est par derrière. Ah, faut pas que je sorte de là en fait. Faut passer par là. Ce sera à mon avis sur la gauche. J'ai rien à prendre là, ici à prendre. C'est verrouillé. Il y a sûrement un autre passage par la baraque en fait.
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reed. Come on in.
Ah, lui, il est encore verrouillé. Non, il n'y a pas un... Il n'y a pas un passage. Non. Il n'y a pas de passage. Bon. We go to Crane. Dorothy Crane. Où tu? Mort. Attaque puissante, on ne Dans mon dos, c'est là derrière en fait. Là derrière. Mais par où je rentre? Par où? C'est relou, c'est relou. Par là. Ah. Chercher un passage plus compliqué. Toujours pareil. Je cherche toujours plus compliqué alors que c'est devant mes yeux. On va la braquer un peu. Il va y avoir des corps à croquer, il faut voir à quoi je ressemble. Oui, mon bébé. T'es arrivé tout à l'heure, ma fille. Attendez. Je vais prendre 2 minutes, ma fille. Voilà. C'est mon bébé. Mon amour. Et elle joue avec moi.
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Raz Van Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Aspirin and salicin, you say? Why not some warm milk and a kiss on the cheek? Where are the quinine salts?
Tried buying, borrowing, even stealing. There's none to be found, Doctor.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalp! Hand me that scalp!
What can I do, Doctor?
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy? Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see.
Laissez-moi le... Laissez-moi terminer seul.
Yes. Yes. I have this, nurse. Allow me to finish the procedure. I need the room.
I'd prefer to stay and see this through. This is my patient, Doctor. I have needle and thread for stitching the wound.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor!
Cardiac massage, now.
cardiac... What? Are you making this up as you go along?
Ouais, il est mort. J'aurais pu le croquer tant qu'il était encore en vie.
We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Yes. We did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
Flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners. I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Listen very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory everything you pretend to know about Lady Ashbury and Pembroke Hospital.
Let that rich bitch off the hook over my dead
Nurse
body.
Crane, enough. Listen as if your life depended on every word. I know you've a generous heart who gives freely to those in need, but you shall walk away from the shadier streets of your business.
I will never abandon...
Dorothy, the discussion has come to a close. Your clandestine activities in the Resistance are over. Let it go.
I'll let it go. Yes. All gone.
Ça va, tu flippes un peu? Hein? Tu flippes? C'était pas croqué.
It's locked, all right.
Ah. En fait, après, il faut trouver des clés, je pense, et refaire toutes les baraques.
It's one of them! He's dead! That's gotta hurt!
J'en ai ma vue un peu, parce que... Allez, joue. T'as vu? T'es mouru maintenant. Voilà, t'as voulu faire le malin. Ah, j'avais pas pris là. Voilà.
This is no place for you, stupid beast!
Tu m'énerves avec ton film. Tu crois quoi toi? Tiens, voilà. Allez, attaque puissante et on finit. Voilà. Sérieux le mec. On va ramasser ce qu'il a perdu.
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reed. Come on in. Yes?
Ah, je peux le charmer. Il me manque un indice. Hein. Je sais pas si je vais le charmer de suite. Hein.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Ah, je reviendrai plus tard. Tes souhaits, ma fille. On va revenir plus tard. Je vais voir sur la carte. Dispensaire. Allez, on va revenir à l'hôpital. Allez, go. Je sais pas s'il faut que je passe par là. Non, c'est une blague. On croit qu'on va finir lui là. Voilà. Ah lui il me... Voilà. Ça se passe comme ça chez McDonald's. Ou pas. Bon. Oh. Faire les poubelles. Non, il n'y a rien. Voilà. On fait comme ça. pas y aller. Oh, une hache. La hache, elle peut être sympatoche, hein. Après. Oh. À la vue, c'est vrai qu'elle est compliquée des fois dans les combats. Dans les combats, ça tourne pas mal. 5 shillings.
Crush the leech, boys! This one's good! Put an end to you!
Oh là, je suis mal. Allemand que ma vie remonte. Vous croyez qu'il me voit derrière le poteau là? Non, il va pas rentrer de toute façon. Ah, ça c'est fait. T'as compris ou je t'explique? Franchement. Lui, il a rien à me donner. Hein. Lui, il a des trucs. Là. Il peut pas rentrer dans la baraque. Alors on va passer par cette petite ruelle là. Ouais. J'ai plus de sang. Ah mais... Ah, t'as peut-être un truc...
Good evening, Christina.
Change your mind, Mr. Reed?
Ça va ma fille? Question personnelle. Indice, non c'est tout bloqué encore en bombe.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
Oh. rien à prendre. Une poubelle à fouiller. Oh bon, on fouille les poubelles. Je savais pas quoi faire aujourd'hui, mais à part fouiller les poubelles. Oui ma fille. Mon petit bébé. Allez.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Ça, je l'ai lu tout à l'heure.
Kill it, boy!
Oh. Des bugs, des porcs. Wow. Ah bah. C'est fait. Ah. Les mecs ils avaient deux barres de boss. C'est sûrement voulu. Ah ouais, ils voulaient pas que je retourne rendre des comptes en fait. Ah, est-ce que j'ai tout ramassé? Yes. Important, important, avec tous ceux que j'ai tués. Ouais. Ouais, j'ai tout ramassé. Allez. On va vite retourner prendre des comptes à l'hôpital. Et puis je vais devoir sauvegarder et quitter. Ah, les chargements ils sont toujours très compliqués ces temps de chargement. Ah, on va récupérer ce qu'il y a là, on en profite. Hein. On va pas laisser non plus.
Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that captain.
Lady. Elle est bien dans l'hôpital, non? Ah. Elle me dire qu'elle était dehors. Ah oui. Non. Ah, t'as vu, tu t'es même pas lavé la bouche après avoir niaqué là. C'est pas une tenue.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
What prevails in the end, I wonder? The desire for blood, or to be of service to man?
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
We are vampires. We live by leeching the blood from weaker prey. We are Darwin's next chapter. His cynical and perhaps ultimate expression.
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
The case is closed, your ladyship. The person who took advantage of you has, shall we say, seen the error of her ways.
So who was it?
My lady. The blackmailer was dealt with using the utmost discretion. The culprit's identity is of no relevance.
Thank you, Jonathan. That is exactly what I needed from you. You have proven your loyalty, so, as a friend, please accept this small token of my appreciation.
Thank you, my lady.
If you have an inclination to learn more about vampires or your current situation, I will be glad to aid you in your quest for knowledge.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scowl.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then?
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, Scowls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
What type of vampire is a Skull?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time
27 ans
now,
alors.
and 27 I shall remain.
On a 47.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Very well. But I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
And no one suspected you of the murders?
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
What do you know about this
London Vampire Society? As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
Excuse my forwardness, but are you my maker?
Me? Goodness, no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
D'accord.
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
An Ekon.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires, but all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
Ekon. On apprend pas mal sur les vampires, hein. C'est bien.
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a long time. And I've never seen it like this.
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad?
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain, more than likely it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society. And like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seemed they have been recruiting.
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are sworn to destroy our kind.
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
Allez, normalement ça doit être bon. Voilà, vous voyez là j'ai les textes qui sont grisés, donc j'ai tout lu.
I bid you farewell. For now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
C'est ici que je vais vous laisser. Je vous souhaite une bonne soirée, un bon appétit. Attendez, je vais juste fouiller là, voilà. Une bonne soirée, un bon appétit et donc à demain. Allez, régalez-vous. Ciao, ciao.